inexpensive, good range, high quality, and environmentally friendly. This is how Chinese electric cars can be described. Is China building these cars because they care so much about the people and the environment? Or is there perhaps a reason that only becomes apparent at second glance? Is it possible that China is building these cars to spy on the whole world and increase its own influence even more? China's economic growth has been nothing short of remarkable, rewriting the narrative of the global car industry. Let's take a step back to the late 70s. China was on the brink of an economic revolution. The country's leadership implemented a series of economic reforms that would forever change the nation's course. These changes weren't just about numbers and graphs. They were about a seismic shift in how the world's most populous country would engage with the global economy. One of the most transformative sectors during this period was the automobile industry. Up until then, China's car industry was largely underdeveloped, but this was about to change. With the introduction of the economic reforms, China started to encourage foreign investments, and this opened a wealth of opportunities for the domestic car industry. A key policy that played a significant role in shaping the industry was the Automobile Industry Development Policy. This policy was instrumental in laying the groundwork for the development of China's automotive industry. It aimed to modernize the industry, promote technological advancements, and encourage competition. The policy worked wonders. It helped to create an environment where domestic car manufacturers could not only survive, but thrive. They began to produce cars that were not just for the local market, but also for the international stage, and it wasn't just about manufacturing. The policy also encouraged research and development, leading to innovations that would shape the future of the car industry. Soon, China was not only making cars, but also contributing to the global discourse on automotive technology. The results of these reforms were astounding. In less than a generation, China transformed from a nation with a negligible car industry to one that was ready to take on the world's leading car manufacturers. Around 30 million vehicles were produced in China in 2023. That is 3 times as much as the United States. As China's economy boomed in the 90s and early 2000s, so did its car industry. But what really catalyzed this growth was a pivotal event in 2001, China's entry into the World Trade Organization. This membership marked a new era of global integration for China, and its impact on the car industry was nothing short of transformative. With the doors of global trade swung wide open, China's car production saw an unprecedented surge. The nation quickly transformed from a minor player to a titan in the global car industry. High demand for mobility within the rapidly urbanizing population and the government's supportive policies propelled production. In no time, China became the world's largest car producer, a position it has held since 2008. But the story doesn't end with sheer production numbers. What's equally fascinating is the rise of domestic car brands during this period. Brands like Geely, Chery, BYD, once unknown outside China, started to gain recognition. They began to challenge the dominance of foreign brands, offering models that were not only affordable, but also high quality and innovative. This allowed them to export almost 5 million vehicles in 2023, mainly electric cars. This period also saw a flood of foreign car companies setting up shop in China. Drawn by the enormous potential of the Chinese market, they came in droves. Companies like Volkswagen, General Motors, and Toyota started joint ventures with Chinese firms, producing cars tailored for the local market. This influx of foreign companies brought about a transfer of technology and expertise, further boosting the growth and maturity of China's car industry. Yet, despite the competition, domestic brands held their ground. They continued to innovate, expand, and thrive. China's car industry was now a force to be reckoned with, but the best was yet to come. The stage was set for the next chapter, a leap into the future with electric vehicles, autonomous driving, and smart mobility solutions. As a result, companies like BYD and NIO have quickly risen to prominence. These homegrown champions have not only dominated the domestic market, but have made significant inroads into international markets. And recently, a new manufacturer shocked the market with its car. Xiaomi, a cell phone manufacturer, has launched a car on the market that will give the global competition cause for concern. Their aim is to take over Tesla's spot in the EV market. They offer lower prices and more features. The rise of these companies and the overall growth of China's car industry has had a profound impact on global car sales and production. In fact, China's influence is so significant that the fortunes of many global automakers are now closely tied to their performance in the Chinese market. China had not only caught up with the world, but is now leading in the global car industry. What is the reaction of the rest of the world? The European Commission officially launched an anti-subsidy investigation into imports of electric vehicles from China on October 3rd. The investigation will first determine whether electric vehicle value chains in China are benefiting from illegal subsidies, and whether these subsidies are causing or threatening to cause economic injury to electric vehicles producers in the European Union. If both are found to be true, the investigation will examine the likely consequences and impact of the measures on importers and consumers of battery electric vehicles in the European Union. Based on the findings of the investigation, the Commission will determine whether it is in the interest of the European Union to eliminate the effects of the unfair trade practices identified by imposing anti-subsidy duties on imports of electric vehicles from China. But besides the economic problems such cars bring with them, what if there's a much deeper and more concerning reason behind this? What if China is only building these cars to collect data in other countries? It is no secret that China monitors its citizens and collects more data than any other country. But not only their own citizens, you probably heard about the various scandals regarding TikTok and the collection of data for the Chinese government. Wouldn't it be practical to discover a new method of collecting data abroad? One that would allow the Chinese government to not only collect what kind of videos you like and what kind of topics you find interesting, but a method of discovering what kind of habits you have, where you like to go eating, who you're visiting, what your precise hobbies are. A method to profile you even better than anyone before. This is a major concern of the US government, who wants to stop the import of Chinese electric cars. The first step towards banning Chinese vehicles with an internet connection is an investigation now being launched by the US Department of Commerce. It will take a close look at the safety risks posed by the vehicles. The US government fears that China could use this to monitor which routes US citizens take in their cars. It seems only logical that a secret service can also hack into microphones and cameras. It's even easier if the matching hardware and software comes directly from China. Ironically, China is taking a much stricter approach to foreign cars that it considers to be a security risk. According to a report by the Reuters news agency, Teslas are no longer allowed in the coastal region of Beidaihe when the party leadership is meeting there. This is not just a wild conspiracy, as other car manufacturers also collect data from their customers. However, the big difference between Western manufacturers and these ones is the political system behind it. Of course, a top-of-the-line brand new car for under $30,000 seems like a no-brainer. However, not all that glitters is gold. See you soon.